All right, what up, YouTube? Marley G. This is your host for No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'll be doing this YouTube channel specifically to cover anything Saints related, whether it's negative or positive. We're gonna have to talk about it. So, without further ado, for this first video, let's go ahead and get into it. As we know, the Saints beat the Titans last week. Tomorrow we going into the Panthers home. We gotta go handle our business, especially after the Bucks then won 2-0, and the Falcons today won 2-0. The Bucks, I pretty much knew they was gonna be, a decent team. They had Tom Brady left, but they still got a lot of key players on that team, especially on that defense. And on that offense, they still got Mike Evans. They still got Godwin. They still got people who can make some plays, And Baker Mayfield, he just need a career resurgence. I don't think Baker Mayfield is just trash. I didn't think the Bucs were just going to fall off a cliff and just be the worst team in the whole league like people was just saying. I thought it was going to be, personally, I thought it was going to be the Cardinals. But I just think they'll just fall off a cliff completely because that team still got, the pieces that they had, to be successful. I don't think they're going to be in the playoffs or nothing, but, I think they're still going to be a competitive team. And as far as the Falcons go, the Falcons, I think they really got lucky today. I think they kind of won that game the same way the Saints was losing games last year. Instead of just going for the win, they just playing not to lose. And I think the Packers just took their foot off the gas. They were just playing too timid to me, too conservative for me. But at the end of the day, the Falcons are 2-0 now. I think they run game is just a beast. They got Bijan Robinson. He the real deal. He has advertised two-headed monster running back field. They was using Bijan all over the field too, like all in a slot, all on the outside. Like, man, they were just doing stuff with him that I felt like the Saints should have definitely did with Elvin last season. Like, instead of just running up Elvin right in the middle every time, they could have really just used him and moved him all around and helped that offense out with all the injuries that we suffered last year. But we got to go handle our business against the Panthers, because if we lose, we theoretically will be in last place in the division. That's crazy. So if we win, I think we'll be looking, real good, getting off to a good start, because we ain't have a 2-0 start since 2013, I believe, it's very crazy. Like that shit, that is just crazy. But it is what it is. We got to go handle our business. I think the keys to our victory are going to be, of course, stop the run. I think if we could stop the run and make the Panthers one-dimensional, I think we could force some turnovers from Bryce Young. They're without their left guard. I think the right guard going to be out. J.C. Horn's going to be out. So I think Olave going to be able to really eat. I think Shaheed could eat. But the only way they're going to eat is if Trevor Penning really steps his game up. Like, if they're going to just, manhandle Trevor Penning at the line of scrimmage and just getting around him and just doing all these type of things with Brian Burns, then it's going to be a long day for our offense again. But, man, at the end of the day, I think we're going to adjust more, more often. And we're going to, chip, whether that be help from the running backs, whether it be help with James Hurst, whether that be help with Jawan Johnson. I think we're going to do everything that we can to help out Penning, but, that's going to come at a, it's going to come at a cost, because, now that we're chipping, I don't think that Jawan is going to be able to produce like he could. I don't think Jamal will be able to produce like he could. And James Hurst not going to be able to produce like he could, but, at the end of the day, we're going to have to make up for our shortcomings. I think Derek Carr played a good game against the Titans. Credit us for winning that game against the Titans. They just had a good game going down to the wire with the Chargers. I'm not sure who won that game, but man, that is a good team. People forget that team was 7-3 before they had Tannehill went down, and that team been doing like going through some real injuries like the Saints. Them. the Saints and the Ravens. Like, it's not a coincidence that a team will do good when they had they starters that they counting on the field. Like, all that matters, man. I don't care what nobody say. Injuries absolutely matters. Yeah, you could coach your way out of some bad situations sometimes, but at the end of the day, you still want your best man on the field lined up against another person's best man. It's no secret that the 49ers are doing good right now. They had these issues like maybe 2 years ago. Like 2 seasons ago, the 49ers were just badly injured and they missed the playoffs. Now, ironically, they just looking like world beaters. The same with the Ravens. It's just common sense. You want your best man on the field. It's a reason why they got starters, and there's a reason why they got backups. And not only that, it's what injuries you got. Like, are you missing key premium position players? Like, are you missing left tackle? Are you missing quarterback? Are you missing your number one receiver, your number one corner, your number one pass rushers? Like, all that matters. So these premium positions, when they go down, I don't care what team you is. When your O-line go down, your quarterback one go down, your wide receiver one go down, your shutdown corner go down, you're going to lose games. Like, there's no way around that. And credit to the Saints, because even though we was losing some games last year, I still felt like we fought real good, and I felt like some of those wins we could have won if we just had a little bit better coaching and, a little bit better a little bit more coaching and a little bit of the ball bouncing our way, So, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But a few things just happened to us last season where the ball just ain't bounced our way. Just for example, look at the Vikings. Look how they doing this year. But last year the ball bounced their way a lot of times, So I think you gotta have that factored in too. So let's get back to talking about Trevor Penning. Like, he's the real hot topic right now of the team. Everybody is going to be all focused on Trevor Penning's play. And I think a lot of people I think they're just, not being patient with Trevor Penning because, people want to win right now. And that left tackle position is just so critical, because it's the quarterback's blind side. And we seen what happened to Aaron Rodgers, and it just diminished that whole team's, chances of, just making a good run and making a playoff because they have Zach Wilson. So we're going to see what they're going to do. A lot of people are calling for Jameis, to get traded. If not him, maybe Matt Stafford or Kirk Cousins, or even bringing Tom Brady out of retirement. So we're going to see how that all play out. Me personally, I feel like the way our season has been these last 2 seasons and the way the 49ers season went last year, you need a backup quarterback. Like, you just need a backup quarterback. And I'm fine with Jameis being the backup. I like Jake Hanna, but I don't think he's ready just yet. And I think Jameis, he's like a step right below Derek Carr. I don't think Derek Carr just leaps and bounds ahead of Jameis. In the NFC, I feel like it's Jalen Hurts and then everybody else just like in a mixed bag. I feel like Carr, Stafford, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, all these guys are, relatively similar to me. I feel like if each of them was on a different date, if they just swap teams, it'll still be the same outcome for all these teams. I don't think nobody will just, be leaps and bounds ahead of the next man. But Philadelphia, they do have a lot of pieces that make Jalen Hurts look good. So if we see these teams down the line, I really think that, the difference between us and them is, Trevor Penning. Back to what I said, like, that offensive line, we got to get better. Like, Trevor Penning, James Hurst on that left side, I feel like we got to get better. A lot of people want Trevor Penning to be a guard. Some people want him to be a right tackle and put Ramczyk at left tackle. Me, I feel like we got to exhaust all options. He's a first-round pick. We got to see what we got out of this guy. So instead of just benching him, see what he could play elsewhere on the line. But I'm willing to be patient and, give him time. I say give him a month, give him 4 games to see where we at. And if he's like absolutely the reason why we're losing games or absolutely the reason why we're in tight games, then we probably going to be forced to make a decision, because I really feel like this team has a good team to win it all this year. If, it just You know, it's just the way the NFC set up. I feel like we could compete with anybody. I feel like the biggest threats are the 49ers, the Cowboys, and the Eagles. So, you know, even if we don't win the division, I feel like we could make some noise as a wild card. So it's kind of good that the Packers and the Bears, you know, lost to the Bucks and the Falcons is not all bad. You know, of course we want the Falcons and the Bucks to lose, but they're beating some teams that, you know, if they get hot late on in the season, you know, all these losses right now early counts. That's why every loss counts to me, you know. But we're gonna see how things shape, man. I think that we're gonna have to attack the Panthers offensive line with these guys out. I think we're not gonna be able to run the ball on them like talking about it, because I just don't think our run game is just, I don't think is there yet to go against good run stopping teams. And on top of that, I feel like Alvin Kamara makes such a difference, you know, when he's in the run game, because he just got that burst to hit that hole quicker than, you know, Jamal and Kendrick. So, and another thing with Kendrick, I hope we just rest him again. Like, I don't want to throw the kid out there. You know, he gonna be rusty. Probably still have first game jitters. And the Panthers defense is no joke. Like, they got Derek Brown, they got Brian Burns, they got not Vuvu, but Louisville. They got Justin Houston. He gave us problems last year with the Ravens. I know everybody remember that game. And they got some guys, bro. They got Shake Thompson, like, you know, and then they safeties. You know, they got Chin, they got Bell. Like, we're gonna have to bring our lunch boxes to work. We're gonna have to bring our lunch boxes to work. This is gonna be another mirror spitting image game, just like the Titans game. It's gonna be real close. It's gonna be real rough, and it's gonna be, you know, nip and tuck the whole way through. I feel like we might could take it away. You know, we might could, you know, break off the lead and get comfortable, like maybe in the fourth quarter. But for the most part, I think it's gonna be nip and tuck all the way through. So, yeah, Saints fans, get your get your blood pressure stuff ready. Get ready to have a heart attack. All that, y'all know how the Saints do us. We can't never just be comfortable. But I'm gonna know what you guys think. Like, leave comments down below to tell me what y'all think we should do to stop the Panthers. What y'all think our keys to victory is. I think is stop the run. I think is try to establish the run on them, and, you know, just, you know, try to force turnovers. You know, we gotta take advantage to force these turnovers. But let me know in the comment section below.